I can still remember seeing you for the first time. I was leaving David's Christmas party. So I decided to leave early and head up to the George. It was one of those cold Christmases and it had just started to snow. I opened the huge front door and you were standing there about to ring the doorbell. You were wearing a brown duffel coat. And with your big brown eyes against the falling snow, I was caught completely by surprise. It was like looking into a giant snow globe. It was like a dream, utterly mesmerizing. You said, hello. I think I asked if you're going up to the party. I can't remember exactly. But I do remember us both looking back at each other as you went up the stairs and I closed the door behind me. I was kicking myself walking up O'Connell Street that I had decided to leave when I did. So you can imagine how delighted I was when I saw you standing at the edge of the dance floor in the George an hour later. I danced for a while, knowing that you were looking at me, and then I chose my moment, walked straight up to you, and we kissed. You were surprised that I was so direct and said something like, that was quick. And I replied with that classic one-liner, you had me at hello. We laughed. It was the first time I heard that wonderful, unconscious, booming laugh of yours. You recognized the line because Pretty Woman was your favorite film too, and quoting lines from it would become our thing. We exchanged names, and you introduced yourself as Anto. I said I could never call you Anto, and could I call you Anthony instead? And you said, yeah, sure, why not? I told you I had a brother called Anthony, and my mother would never let us short it to Tony. To be honest, I thought Anto sounded too common. And anyway, I couldn't imagine telling my friends that I was seeing a guy called Anto. And you certainly weren't my type. I usually dated gym bunnies or guys that were normally the size of their pecs or other things. When my friends eventually met you, they were totally gobsmacked that I could be interested in this overweight guy with the big laugh. But in time, they were won over too. The big guy with the big laugh, the big heart, and of course, the big wallet. We were a good match in the early days. An A-list couple with A-list friends and an A-list lifestyle to go with it. Those first 2 years were amazing. I'd never moved in with anyone before. I never had anyone over to my parents for Christmas before. But I was so proud of us, who we were, what we were. I loved that everybody loved us, loved being with us and the energy that surrounded us. And then Christine died, was killed. You felt the need to look after everything and everyone. So I felt the need to look after you. But you misunderstood everything I was trying to do. You took everything I said or did as a criticism or as a put down. After a while, you started pushing me away. You hid things from me, stopped telling me anything, or just told me bits of things. And sometimes you lied, and I knew you were lying. For 2 whole years, you pushed me further and further away. And when you stopped me going to your father's funeral, I knew it was all coming to an end. You pushed and pushed until I had no option but to leave. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I still don't know how I did it, and as soon as I did, I wanted to go back. But you also took it out of me. You criticized me in front of your friends, made up lies about our relationship, and all the time drinking yourself into oblivion. You pushed me out of your life to the point where I couldn't stand feeling that lonely anymore. But what really hurt was that you blamed me. And you shut me out of your life.